Let's Talk video, the last one we did in Boon Totems. We want to talk a bit more about it and go into specifics, but we're not going to cover how Boon Totems work and all that type of stuff here. We're also not really going to be trying hard in this match here, as well as we're playing it here. We've got 2 flashlight users, so we're pretty much just going to go around the gens here. Yeah, I hear someone here. See, there's flash here, there's one there, so we'll just let her go up there basically, we don't much care. Right now, she can do what she's doing there. So basically, Boon Totems, we feel like Boon Totems should be disabled, they should be reversed. And that's what we feel. But at the same time, we don't expect it to. Here, so I don't know how this match is going because I got a feeling these 4 survivors are going to be interacting with us more. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't take a lot of time doing gens, which is kind of going to be the fun here. So we're just going to go around and ignore them here, basically. So right now we have corrupt intervention in play. Every survivor has 4 perks. We have 4 perks, but right now my corrupt intervention is giving me 4 perks. So in singular moments in the match, all 20 perks. Oh, for God's sake. Look at that, someone really wanting my attention, it seems like. So basically all 20 perks aren't in play at one time here, in a singular moment in the match, but over the course of the match there is 20 perks in play because you want to get value from your perk. Right now my corrupt intervention is blocking the 3 perks, so I'm getting value from that. So it's even for after this red on the, you see on the left hand side in the bottom right hand corner, that's about to disappear. So therefore, that's going to be the soon coming off. I'm actually going to protect this regen, by the way. Here. And there's my dead lock going into play over there as well. Here. So there we go. Now I'm down to 3 perks, right? But I still got corrupt intervention, so there's always going to be 20 perks in play in a match, but 16 of the perks belong to the survivors because there's 4 of them. And 4 of the perks belong to the killer, which is just 1 of them, 1 killer. So therefore, when you add a boon to the match, right, someone with a boon totem will basically... Oh, for God's sake, man, seriously, you're that desperate for attention? You know? Yeah, so you basically... The 16 perks become 19 perks, because if 1 boon circle healing goes up, the other 3 survivors get basically a free silk cure. And now they're adding another perk in, right? Which every survivor right now is in the healthy state. There's a perk basically when they're in the dying state, after I've hit them twice, and I've injured them, when I hit them a second time and put them in the dying state, there's basically a perk called Unbreakable, allow them to go from dying state back up to injured state without actually any assistance from the survivors, which is usually the case. And therefore, that boon's getting added to the game. It's a clear sign that there's going to boons are here to stay, which is absolutely insane because, as I said, 1 boon perk brought in increases the 16 perks to 19 perks working against you. A second boon perk, which I do believe Boon Unbreakable and Circle of Healing will be used at the same time. So therefore there'll be 22 perks versus the killer's 4 perks. And as you can see, I've lost corrupt intervention. The survivor that brings the boon perks in is basically a 2 perk survivor until our boon goes up. But I don't get my corrupt intervention back, I don't get any hex perks back, I don't get them back at all. But the survivor, once I snuff out a totem, they get their boon perk back. So they keep going back up to 22, where I stay at 3 if I'm using a hex perk. Because my hex rune gets cleansed pretty quickly or something like that, or it gets blessed. And then therefore, it's that's it, basically. That's reason 1, is that it's extending the gap. You have basically 4 times the perks working against the killer's perks. You have 4 times the people, you have 4 survivors, 4 times the perks, but the perks get extended out by boon perks with each one that comes in. The second reason is, people say that it only takes 2 seconds basically to run a 2 seconds to snuff a totem out, and it only takes 16 seconds for them to bless it. Well, that's not true, because I've got to find the find the totem, because you don't always hear it from a distance. Once you get up close to it, you do hear it, it's pretty clear to hear it. but it still takes me about 3-4 seconds to get to the totem, then snuff it out, then move back away. Basically, so, you know, that's the problem here. Oh, Shadowwood, I mean, no. I forgot the power was there, I actually got a little distracted by what I was talking about there. So basically, yeah, that's the problem. There with the perks, basically. There, the perks are severely unbalanced already. There's a lot working for them. You can see this loop here. Like if I go around there, she's got a window there, she had a pallet there she could use. She can basically move all the way around here. She can loop me around to the tractor and move up to another one. I've got to attack her, and when I attack her, she gets a speed boost, and I get stuck in a small animation. So yeah, you have so much going against you, which is why the killer's time is so much precious. When the survivors, when you place a totem, it takes you 16 seconds, but at the same time, another survivor is looping the killer probably, and another 2 survivors are working a gen. So therefore, the killer's time is much more precious. You can't even compare the 16 seconds it takes for a blessed totem. There, it's not even close to being the same. Nowhere near close. May take 2 seconds to snuff it out, but it's not even anywhere close. The killer's time is much more precious. He has so much more to do. Survivors can mess around in a match and basically just moonwalk around, run around in circles, not basically get a hit at all. Well, clicking the flashlight trying to get my attention here. Which brings me to what the developer should have done. But to reiterate, to confirm here, you basically, the Boon Totems extend the amount of perks working against the killer's perks by 3 with every single boon perk that's added to the game. And then there's so I feel like it'll be 22 versus 4. Then secondly, the killer's time is much more precious because while he's snuffing out the totem, while you're blessing a totem, there's 2 other people on a gen while one's getting chased by the survivor killer. So the killer's time is more precious, but when a survivor's messing around, they can actually still escape if the other 3 people are down the gen. But a killer's time is more precious. A killer can't take the time to go and snuff out a totem because he has to cover gens. He has to navigate all of these loops and maps. He has to navigate all the pallets that are on maps. There's just so much more that a killer has to do. It's just ridiculous that the Boon Totems have been added. It's extended the gap between survivors and killer by so much more. As I said in the last video, it's a game changer for survivors, but survivors didn't need it. What should have happened here is you have 2 flashlight users in this match. Clearly people don't like to sit in gens. They want to be chased, they want to make blind saves and stuff like that, which is fine. So basically, why not lean into that more? Basically, instead of making it boons, here, you can basically do spells instead of boons. Now, if a survivor is with a flashlight, a survivor is being chased by a killer, a spell basically works in a way where another survivor can look around like they would with a flashlight trying to get a blind save, trying to get the angle and in position to do the blind save. But instead of doing that, they can basically they're starting to swarm me around me here. So yeah, basically that's the point here, right? See, she's trying to hang around with the flashlight right now, right? To try and get the blind save if I pick her up. That's basically what survivors do. Here. But thank you. I thought you were going to blind me at the pallet there, but I was not. See? Yeah. That's basically what they're trying to do. Here, they're basically hunting around basically to try and get the flashlight save, right? Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. So lean into that more. Instead of adding the boons, add spells. And what spells are basically is while a survivor has been chased, another survivor can cast a spell and basically try and get help their teammate out. Now the perks could be a number of different things, basically. You're gonna drop that pallet, thank you. Yeah, I'm just messing around here, by the way. Yeah, so that's what it could be. What you could have here is instead of basically having I might actually get that win here actually doing this here. Oh, Dead Hard for the save. That fucking Dead Hard is so buggy right now, it's crazy. Yeah. Go free them down. This is a unique way to play here. She should really go get a gen done. Oh, she's healing. I don't know how she managed to heal, if she had a medkit or not. You get rid of these pallets here. So basically, yeah, spells would work in a way, kind of like a flashlight, you put yourself in a position to try and get the assist, basically, and blind save. But one of our survivor basically hands around, and they actually so yeah, basically that's what to do. Oh, fucking hell. She's got them all up basically, but I'm not caring. I'm messing around for a video right now. Here, overpowered, semi-trying. Yeah. Anyway, back to my gens. Yeah, back to the gens here. So yeah, basically that's the point. Basically that's the point. Instead of actually having boons have spells, basically. And what that means is you can use the spells to assist a person in a chase. It could be maybe a spell that hides the scratch marks like Shadow Step does. Or it could be a spell that basically shows them windows of opportunity, or it could show them bond. Wait, one person is disconnected from this. Holy shit. Oops, my bad. Oh, 2 disconnects. What the hell? Yeah. Why did it disconnect? I would have let them do the gen. I would have let them do the gen actually now. I wasn't really planning to do anything. I'm going to go over here and let them do the gen actually. I feel kind of bad now. A little bit here. I was just explaining a video here. And I was just slugging a little bit there. I wasn't actually meaning to actually do anything there. I apologise to them. Sorry to chat there. I'll move over here out of the way. But that's basically the point. Basically here. I kind of fucked up in this game here. I might get reported for that possibly. There, I don't know. But as I said, basically that's what you do. There, it should have been spells, which basically has to be continuously cast instead of boons that are just blessed once and that's it all and snuffed out. If there, because when they were actually, she was actually standing up on top of there, she could be casting a spell that basically gives that person unbreakable on the ground and helps them to recover faster or something like that. Or they could be in a chase and or maybe get a, I don't know, maybe they get windows of opportunity, they could have a bond, they could be any number of things that could be given them to assist them in a chase. But instead, you basically extend the perks out there and you give them 16 16 to 19, 19 to 22, 16 to 19 or 22 perks working as the killer's 4 perks there. So, you know, it's severely disadvantaged basically because the killer has so much more time. His time is far more precious. The killer's time is far more precious than the survivors. Survivors can mess around and basically still get out. A killer can mess around and basically lose the match, basically, because they messed around and made a mistake. The survivor's time can make mistakes and still win because the other teammates did really well. There, so yeah, no. That's the problem with the game. They should have made it spells instead of boons, and a spell could have been cast continuously while a person is chasing, and that would have extended there. Now, I do apologise to the 2 people that disconnected. I was actually planning to let you out. To be honest, I feel bad about that. I am sorry. I was doing this video for YouTube here, and I wanted to do it in just one match, basically. So that's the problem with Boon Totems. That's why they should be reversed. They should be disabled and changed over to spell perks. Basically, a continuous spell that can be cast by a survivor, but takes them off the gen. It helps the killer. The killer can counter it like I just did there with the flashlight users around. Basically, when I had the person slugged on the ground, I could go after the other ones. The killer can make the choice to do that, or they can hook the person. There, you know. So yeah, that's what the problem with Boon Totems. This is what they should have been happening here. Oh man. I'm a little actually kind of concerned by why they disconnected though. Yeah, so I'm sure they were mad about that, but at the same time I was recording a video here, as this video shows, but that's basically the problem with Boon Totems. They extend the 16 perk advantage over the killer's 4 perks to 19 or 22, basically by 3 with each boon perk brought into the game. The killer's time is much more precious, and so it's not just 2 seconds to snuff it out. The killer's got to locate the totem, snuff it out, then get back to there, and that takes them away from precious time away from defending gens and tracking killers, tracking survivors and chasing survivors basically. And with so many pallets in play, so many L walls, basically god loops, god pallets, and everything that the killer has to navigate. And that on top of that is just making it completely unfair. And on top of that, MMR makes it completely sweaty for killers as well. So the developers really need to reverse boon perks and change them and reverse them. I think they should do it. I don't think for 1 second they're going to do it. That's never going to happen. But I do think they should do it, but they're probably not going to do it. And instead they should have actually made spells. Because I think that would be super interesting. I think a lot of people would have fun with that. Like using a spell to help out a teammate while they're being chased by the killer. I think a lot of people would have fun with that. Because clearly they have fun with flashlights. So clearly that should be fun for them as well. I think it's better than these boons that we have at the moment that increases the advantage survivors already have over killers. Anyway, if you like this video, then please like this video. If you'd like to see future content like this, then please subscribe for future content. And until next time, you all take care.